This week on Rachel Roxxx Horror. This week on Rachel Roxxx Horror.
That word horror is getting you, isn't it? You saying your R is about as good as Larayne.
This week on Rachel Roxxx Horror. This week on Rachel Roxxx Horror. It's so much easier to say horror.
To avoid fainting, keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie.
No! 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 I know it's like a movie and stuff, but as a mom now, like...
Welcome to Rachel Roxxx Horror. I'm Carter Lee.
And I'm Rachel Roxxx.
Welcome to the show from Horror Movies Hub, the only hub that drips blood, focused on visiting famous eras of horror movies and just talking about horror films in general. And we're attacking slashers first. We're starting with slashers. Mm-hmm. And so last week in our inaugural episode, we covered Psycho. And this week, a film shows us what a difference a decade makes.
It makes a huge difference. The Last House on the Left.
And the road leads to nowhere.
Oh, this was Wes Craven's directorial debut. Wes Craven wanted to make a film that showed the brutal reality of violence. Mm-hmm. This was an introduction to torture porn horror, revenge horror, splatter cinema.
They took her hand off.
Looked like a mannequin. So this movie's bad.
Awful.
Agreed. However, effective.
It worked. It scared me, and it made me feel very uncomfortable. It gave me anxiety.
You cried.
I did cry. She didn't look in their suitcase. Ain't nothing louder than a quiet unzip, you know? Trying to be quiet. Not working.
I gotta have a crew. Crew, we gotta get out of here. They find out. You stop! You'll wind up in a lake with her.
They're bloody close. It's a French lady.
And the road leads to nowhere. And the castle stays the same.
That's
And the water
I know it's like a movie and stuff, but as a mom now, like... that fucked me up.
Because of all of that brutality with them killing the two young women in the woods and raping them, by the time we get to the revenge aspect of the movie...
Which I was not expecting.
Isn't there anything we can do?
Wait, what? Hold on, what?
Nothing. John.
What the fuck? They just went and found her daughter? Their daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my baby. Oh,
She's dead.
oh, my baby.
Oh god, you'd hear a lot more out of me than that. Promise you that. It would be the most dreadful noise you'd ever hear in your life.
Don't move. Open your mouth, please.
Whoa!
Don't move.
Hold on, some shit just twisted the fuck up right now. No! Is this,
So the original name of this movie was going to be Night of Vengeance.
They totally are the creepers now.
Simple.
Oh my god, I love it! Oh my god, no way! I totally wasn't expecting that at all.
Emma. Roger now.
Oh my god, they're sick! No! Ugh. Oh my god, okay. But still, oh my god. Oh god, that was crazy. I don't know what this was. That's, oh my god, I'm like fidgeting now. I'm like getting. Oh god.
Kind of gave the signal.
Oh my god, the first kill.
Yes.
Blech.
Oh.
Okay, like, let me tell ya.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going there right now, but.
No, let's talk about the kills. So, the first one with the intestines. You're talking
Yes,
about?
like,
Yeah.
what's she doing? Cool little spot. Double house.
Back, baby.
I love the soundtrack. It's so just creepy as that. No!
Willow, then.
What the fuck was that? A turkey neck?
Do something for once.
Mary,
Was that?
what would you do?
Wait.
What the hell was that?
That was fucking wretched. She yanked her intestines, like, almost threw up.
There's a ton of versions of this movie, and there's a ton of unrated versions because when it was mailed out to cinemas, or shipped to cinemas, the actual guy in the projectionist booth, there were people that started cutting things out of the film because they're like, no one should be able
They
to
made
see
it their
this.
own decision to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like he has guilt there.
It did look like he felt guilty.
Like all of them, like look a little sad right now.
They're like, what are we doing with ourselves? Like, what is this shit? Like, that was the realest part of
I
this
should have
film.
gone to a trade school. Well, Wes Craven said that he was treated differently by his neighbors once this movie came out. Like, they no longer would let their children come over and play.
You disgust me. How can you live with yourself?
What would end up happening is Wes Craven would go on to, of course, do A Nightmare on Elm Street. Sean Cunningham was a producer who would go on to direct the very first Friday the 13th. And Steve Miner, I believe, did Friday the 13th Part 2 as a director. So 3 people on this that would end up really, launching 80s. Like this was a foreshadowing of 80s slasher, which
Way to do your jobs, dummies. It's a Wes Craven movie. I love how he evolved.
of course Wes Craven likes to name his villains some sort of Krug.
I was just about to say that. It dawned on me. I was like, wait a minute. The character's name is Kruger. OMG. Same.
Right.
Duh. Okay, so it
Right.
just totally clicked. So he's
Both
like,
like to kill teenage
yes,
women.
yes,
Both
and
have a maniacal laugh,
yep,
sarcasm,
yep.
all the things.
Yeah, I love how sarcastic Freddy Krueger is.
Me too.
He's just like sick.
He's a hero of mine. We have some Twitter questions and comments.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Rick Road says,
Rick.
what was your favorite part of the movie? Well, Rick. Hey there. My favorite part of the movie was when the mom started playing the game. She was like totally like trying to like, you know, play him.
Oh, yes,
by
yes.
seducing him and
Yes.
like wanting to fill out a fantasy, and he was like super down to let her tie his hands behind his back. Well, duh, like he's like, I mean, when you just like committed a crime like you did, why would you like intentionally want someone to tie your hands behind your back anyways?
To
But
the
anyways,
mother or the daughter you just raped.
exactly. So anyways, she plays him like a fiddle, and she ends up biting his wee-wee off. Because she like,
I don't know why, but when you say wee wee, it makes it sound like more painful.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
She goes,
She got into it too.
yeah, she did.
She sold that scene. I believed it.
It'd have been funny if we would have heard her go.
Rick, one of my favorite fans of the show.
One of my favorite fans of all time.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Yes.
we're like internet friends.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I like his input. He genuinely watches. He's a huge supporter. So appreciate you, Rick. You know what? That's a great favorite scene you have. It's really hard for me to choose my favorite scene. Maybe when the dad gets the chainsaw, only because I know that foreshadows 2 years later the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in a weird way.
Pardon me for laughing. She didn't know there was a pool? She straight ran right into it, or she jumped? I'm confused. Like, so we have another question, which is, it says, this is by Nobody. Hi, Nobody.
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 I said nobody.
No,
Nobody, that's what we mean.
he's a new fan.
You're a fan?
And he says, I remember seeing an interview with Wes Craven where he admits to being stoned through most of the filming of the movie. Do you think it would be fun to watch while high as F? Ha ha ha. That's a good one for Carter.
A friend with weed is a friend indeed.
I was very high watching Rachel watch it, and that was entertaining. I think it's a waste of weed, generally like generally speaking. I don't know if I'd want to use my weed on this movie. Look, this movie helped influence a ton of great horror films, and it launched Wes Craven's career, and you know he's the Sultan of Slash. So I wanted to cover this movie because I appreciate it, and I appreciate what it did for Sean Cunningham's career and how he was going to go on to do Friday the 13th. Wes Craven went on to do, of course, Nightmare on Elm Street, the Scream series, lots of others. So that's why I like covering it, and the fact that this was the most brutal movie out at the time and all the controversy. But as far as just enjoying it as a horror fan, I don't. And I don't like to waste weed on things I don't enjoy.
We got one more question.
Okay, one more question.
Really, Mike Napier says,
Really, Mike?
really nice question, okay? Do you think the last house on the right is jealous of all the press their neighbors get? Well, first of all, Mike, they didn't even mention that the house was on the left or the last one.
No.
And there were no neighbors whatsoever. Just
And
really
there's a lot of screaming going on with penis wee-wees being bitten off and chainsaw wielding dads that no neighbor. So I think that obviously there was jealousy from the last house on the right because no one called the police. They were
The
glad there
answer
was
is no. No jealousy.
You don't think so? I think
None.
there was jealousy.
I don't think that anybody knew.
Okay.
So how could ignorance is bliss.
Sure. Ignorant. Thank you for the in-depth question, Mike.
And there you have it. I love that.
Awesome. So Where at the end of Psycho, you said you were ready to watch it again and again and again, and you recommended it. Do you recommend this one?
I would not recommend this movie to anybody.
No one?
I mean, maybe if you didn't know about it and you're a fan of Wes Craven, so you could see where his roots
Where
are.
it all started. That's the only thing I got from it.
The only thing.
I mean, here's the good news.
It's over.
It's over, and we're going to get into some really fun stuff. Before we get into 80s slashers, there's one more film we have to watch.
Is that next week?
Next week, and it's my
Your
favorite horror movie of all time.
What is it?
Halloween by John
Yeah!
Carpenter. So we're doing Halloween next week. If you have any questions, comments, or anything horror-related matter, tweet them out to us using hashtag
RR Horror.
She says horror. Real quick, say horror.
Horror. Horror.
Horror.
Horror.
We just
By the way, we want to thank all of our fans. I'm totally blown away that we're already at over 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel, over 700 likes on Facebook, and now over 100 Twitter followers for the Horror Movies Hub.
That is awesome.
And we thank all of you. We appreciate it. Please share it with your friends. Tell everyone. This is like a grassroots project here, and we really appreciate you being on board in the very beginning.
Yes, thank you from the bottoms of our hearts.
We love you all. Thank you. Tune in next week when Rachel rocks Halloween.